And so the invitation is now just to rest, arriving here in this present moment experience. And you might arrive by just noticing how your body feels right now. The weight of the body against the cushion or chair. Just noticing the feet perhaps against the carpet or floor. Noticing the contact points where your body meets the floor, the chair. And the invitation is now to take a nice, long, nourishing, deep breath. And in this deep breathing, taking a longer exhalation, or a slower exhalation if you wish. And that elongated, slower out-breath can often bring a sense of calm, of relaxation to the heart, to the body, to the mind. And in the next breath, just allowing the breath to return to its uncontrolled, natural breathing pattern. Just breathing normally, naturally. And while we're here noticing and paying attention to the breath, we might notice how the abdomen rises and falls as you inhale and exhale. The abdomen is an area that's often used to contain tension or stress. So just noticing what's there. And if you notice any tension or stress that's being held in by the abdomen, you can invite that to soften and relax and rest. You might also notice the rib cage expanding and contracting with each breath. The rising and falling of the shoulders as you breathe in and breathe out. And perhaps noticing the back moving out on the in-breath and in on the out-breath. You might also notice the temperature changing from cooler to warmer at the nose and the back of the throat as the breath passes in and out. Perhaps noticing the body straightening up slightly as you inhale and leaning forward slightly as you exhale. Resting, breathing. And while resting here with the experience of breathing, the invitation is to bring awareness and attention to the feet. And again, perhaps noticing the feet against the floor or carpet, or if you're wearing socks, noticing the socks against the skin of the feet. You might just notice the weight of the air against the feet. And so we can invite the muscles in the feet to relax, rest, and grow soft. You might also notice sensations of clothing against the legs, inviting the muscles in the legs to relax and unwind. And you might also notice the weight of the body against the chair or cushion, once again noticing the contact point there, and inviting the muscles underneath those sensations to relax and grow soft. And perhaps noticing sensations of clothing against the back, inviting the muscles in the back to relax and rest. You might also notice the hands resting against the body or touching each other, and the arms resting against the body. Inviting the hands and arms to unwind and grow soft. And you might also notice sensations of clothing against the shoulders, inviting the muscles in the shoulders to rest. There might be sensations arising from the back of the neck and the sides of the neck, inviting the muscles in the neck to relax and rest. And perhaps noticing sensations arising throughout the cheeks of the face, inviting the muscles in the face to unwind, letting any tension or stress that might be held in the face go. And noticing any sensations arising from the top of the head, the very crown of the head. Resting, breathing, feeling. And while resting here with this present moment experience of breath and body, the invitation is now to notice any sounds which might be available. And just listening to the present moment. Listening to the entire field of sound and silence. Just whatever's arising in the aural field. And you might notice how the sound combined with the silence creates a canopy across the present moment experience. Resting, breathing, feeling, listening. And while resting here in this present moment experience, the invitation is now to recall a moment in time, a memory, a past recollection where you are experiencing good news, a windfall, a good experience, a positive experience. And first just recalling the goodness of that experience. What told you that that was a good experience? What physical, felt sense in the body was there, was present? Is there a warmth or an opening? Perhaps the rush of adrenaline. And now adding to that experience the rejoicement of others, of just one other person or a group of people. What does it feel like when somebody celebrates your good fortune, your success? And so really feeling into the body, you might ask, where does this experience of another's rejoicing my good fortune fall in the body? How does that arise physically? What's the felt sense of this sympathetic joy of another? Can you notice a difference between the joy being your own joy and the joy being shared with yourself and others? What's the difference there? Once you locate in the body this experience of sympathetic joy, might be in the heart area, the abdomen, the shoulders, it might be all over the body. And regardless of where it lands for you or what exactly it feels like, allow yourself to really feel into that experience. Allow yourself to really have the experience, enjoy it, indulge in it, allowing it to get larger in your experience of this present moment. You might ask, what would it be like to feel that way all of the time? Submerging yourself in the experience of sympathetic joy, as if you were entering into a warm tub of water, or into a swimming pool, or into the ocean. Allowing yourself to have the experience of another celebrating your success, and allowing that sympathetic joy to have you as well. Resting, feeling, exploring this experience of sympathetic joy. And as much as possible, holding that experience. If it starts to slip, that's fine. Don't chase it, but just hold it knowing it's there. And at the same time, inviting in to this experience a challenging person. Just getting a feel for what this challenging person might feel like in your presence, or what you might feel like in their presence. And in this experience, the invitation is to witness our challenging person in the throes of success. They've just received a promotion that they've dreamed of, or perhaps they've just received praise and accolades from mutual peers. Or maybe they're just really happy because they've just gotten married or fallen in love. Whatever their windfall is, recognizing that they are in the height of their joy. And while holding the experience of our challenging person in the midst of their ultimate joy, we begin extending these phrases of boundless joy to our challenging person's heart. May you enjoy the activities of life itself. May you enjoy things just as they are. May you experience the world taking joy in all that you do. May you know what to do, whatever arises. May you enjoy the activities of life itself. May you enjoy things just as they are. May you experience the world taking joy in all that you do. May to do whatever arises. Resting, breathing, feeling. And so here at this stage of the practice, the invitation is to allow any visualizations which arose to move into the background of awareness. And while at the same time holding any experience of joy which might be present in the foreground of awareness. And just like we did before, going into the experience of joy, whatever's there, as much as possible. The invitation here is to allow the neurons to begin to fire and wire together so that we incline ourselves towards the experiences of joy. You might wish to visualize this joy as warm, golden, honey-like syrup being poured into the top of the head. As you feel the honey-like syrup meet the scalp, giving its warmth and drenching through the bones of the back of the head and into the brain, coating the entire brain with this warmth of joy. And flowing down the vertebrae of the spine, coating each vertebrae to the marrow of the bones with this golden joy, this honey-like syrup, slowly oozing down the vertebrae. And as this joy, this honey warmth, syrup of radiant joy reaches the last vertebrae in the lower back, allowing that joy to fill the abdomen, spreading out left and right from the vertebrae, drenching the organs, the intestines, the stomach, kidney, the liver, and flowing up through the rib cage, drenching the marrow of the bones, all of the ribs, coating the heart and the lungs with this radiant joy, flowing down the arms, drenching the marrow of the bones, the upper arms, the elbows, the forearms, soaking the muscles and tendons, shimmering out from the surface of the skin down the arms and into the palms of the hands, the back of the hands. Flowing into the thumbs and the fingers to the fingertips. And allowing this radiant warmth and joyful energy to flow down the legs, drenching the marrow of the bones through the upper legs, through the tendons and muscles, flowing through the veins and the arteries, coating the bones in the kneecaps, the back of the knees, through the lower legs, drenching the ankles, the feet, flowing through the toes, soaking the muscles, the tendons, flowing through the veins and the arteries, and shimmering out through the surface of the skin throughout the legs and the feet. This radiant warmth of joy, this golden syrup, drenching the entire body from the top of the head to the bottoms of the feet, from the tips of the fingers to the center of the abdomen, shimmering out radiant warmth of joy. Really just staying with that for a breath or two. Again, inviting this joy to be a part of who we are. Blending joy into the very nervous system. And now the invitation is to turn the volume up on this experience of joy, as if we were turning the volume up on our favorite song on the radio. So just slowly turning that volume dial up to perhaps a 3, and allowing this radiant joy, this warmth, this energy to shimmer out from the surface of the skin in all directions, from the heart, from the abdomen, from the body, about 6 feet in all directions. Just allow it to shimmer out there. This might feel like a vibration or a warmth or an energy. And while holding that vibrating joy, this shimmering energy 6 feet out from the body, inviting back in to this experience the challenging person. Perhaps having them seated right next to you or right in front of you. And turning up the dial a little bit louder while this challenging person joins us in this meditation practice, and allowing them to receive the benefit from your efforts in this practice, this move of generosity, so that they too bathe in this experience of joy. So allowing this joy to shimmer out from your heart, from your abdomen, about 12 feet in all directions. So totally bathing the challenging person and bathing yourself in this experience of joy. And if you can feel them seated next to you or in front of you, visualizing them receiving the benefits of your generosity, of your efforts, of your practice. You can celebrate that with them. And in the next breath, turning up the volume on this experience of joy, so that this radiant joy, this shimmering warmth and energy radiates out from your heart, from your abdomen, from the surface of the skin all over your body, to fill the entire room that you're seated in. Completely drenching the challenging person in your sympathetic joy, your radiant energy, drenching yourself, your heart, in this sympathetic joy, this celebration of life. Just allowing the both of you to totally revel in that radiant joy, that energy, that warmth, celebration. And so we'll rest in that for about 3 to 5 breaths. Again, inviting this sympathetic joy, this radiance, to become a part of our nervous system, to become a part of who we are, a part of how we relate to the world. And so in the next breath or two, we'll begin to shift away from the practice and back into a conversational space. I'll cue that by ringing the bell 3 times. Sometimes the bell itself can serve as an extra form of amplification for the experience of joy. So allowing the bell to ripple through the warmth, the radiance that's already present.